अनन्तकेशाय च नमः सहस्राक्षाय च
Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Full moon meditation time. And we have preponed it a bit. So it's going to be at 9 p.m. from now on. And today we'll do something that is a combination of two important streams in my life, which is wisdom and fun, spirituality and games. So a little bit of a backstory. I was reading a book called The 80-20 Individual. Have you heard of the 80-20 principle, the Pareto principle? It says you get 80% of your results from 20% of what you do. And it's supposed to apply in many aspects of our life. So it came up, there was an economist called Pareto who realized that 80% of the wealth was held by 20% of the people. And maybe that's still true today. Maybe it's even more skewed. But the point is that this book says, if that's the case, then what is your 20 that's giving you the 80? So the book had many exercises, and one of them was a questionnaire you sent out to people who knew you. And so I typed out that questionnaire. I sent it out to about 100 people on email. And those are the days of Hotmail, before the Gmails. And when you send out a mail to over 100 people, a mail like that, which requires them to think, you don't get that many answers back. But I got about 20, 25, which I was quite happy with. About 25 people replied, 25, 30 people replied. And the distillation of that was that, Nithya, your ability to be deep and light, your ability to be profound and playful is something that sets you apart. It's something that is a unique skill and a gift and a talent of yours. So I found that a very insightful thing that, yeah, it's true. I like to go deep, but I also like to keep it light. In fact, it was yesterday or day before yesterday, someone messaged me on Instagram saying, you're one of the few people that I find can integrate spirituality and humor. Not many people can do that. So yeah, I think there are others also who can do that, but I think it is important to keep it light. And so this question of how can we gamify, in some sense, our spiritual process is something that came to me years back. And it was a result of that, I think, at some point, it ignited a whole series of inspirations, which I like to call Ascension games. Ascension is something that raises your consciousness. So today's session is on Ascension games, and I'm going to be sharing a few of them with you today. I came up with over 100. I just kind of sat down one day and came up with almost 80 or 90. Then I added more, so it's over 120 now. And I think I still keep coming up with them. I just don't note them down anymore. But yeah, there are quite a few of them. And I think about 60 of them I've recorded in a course, actually, which some of you have already accessed. But let me just put the link to the course. There's a course called Ascension Games. And I've kept the price really cheap. I think like $700 or $800, something like that. And so yeah, you can get access to 60 of them on that course if you like. But irrespective, let's just do some of them now. Nithya, you're looking handsome. How wonderful. Light has to be right when you look handsome. Okay, good. So the first game, which is in a way also one that triggered a lot of these games, is called the awesomeness game, right? So you can respond in the chat. Some of the answers you put in the chat, and some of the games you can just do them in your mind, but this one you do in the chat. So we start with the hardest one first. What's the hardest one? For some people, it's the hardest one. For some, it's easy. What's the hardest one? What's awesome about you? For you, like for me, it'll be like what's awesome about me, and for you, it'll be what's awesome about you. So Sachin will talk about what's awesome about himself. Sunday will talk about what's awesome about herself. Right? And sometimes the word awesome is like, oh, awesome. I don't know if I'm awesome at anything. Come on, You don't have to be so overthink it like that. Just simple. What's awesome about them? What's amazing about them? What's cool about them? So go ahead and in the chat, fill up as many answers to the question, what's awesome about you? And by you, I mean you. So Radhika says, what's awesome about me is I'm reflective. Are you like a mirror, Radhika? What's awesome about me, Ankita says, that I have an awesome laugh. Sunita says, what's awesome about me? I'm awesome at knowing nothing. Vidya says, my hair is awesome. Vidya, you have to meet her to read really her hair really is awesome. Sandhya is my awesome cook. I'm an awesome cook. I tell you that I have an awesome cook. So I'm an awesome cook. I'm a live wire. Anu says, I think I'm an awesome friend. Great. Friendly. I'm a friendly person. Yeah, Sananya says, and by the way, those of you who are on YouTube, just come over to Zoom. Just type Nithya Shanti.me/moon and you'll join us here. So then it's hard for me to monitor comments in two places. Neha says, what's awesome about me is my desire to or want to uplift or empower others. Wonderful. Everything is a bit of a cop out. So everything. What do you love me for? Everything. So get more specific. When someone says, you know, tell someone I like you, I like everything about you. That's like a bit of a cop out. So there's a power in being specific. So be specific. Discipline. I'm disciplined. I can always make the person in front of me feel good about themselves. That's a superpower. That's actually another way of saying this. What's your superpower? Right? Another way of saying what's awesome about me. So let me ask it that way. What are your 3 superpowers? So go ahead, answer that. What are your 3 superpowers? And I'm saying tathastu, which means it's happening. Whether or not you are sure about it, it's happening. That's my superpower is whatever you write down now will come true. So be careful. Don't be careful, but yeah, be expansive. So my superpower is my determination, my discipline, and my sensitivity. Amazing. DBS. Crocheting faster. Radhika recently sent me an entire kurta that she's crocheted. It's incredible, the labor of love. Even the pockets are crocheted. I have to wear it one of these days. It's too hot to wear, I can't wear it. Sandeep, happy for no reason. That's my superpower. Spontaneous, positive, and hardworking. Amazing. Tathastu. Maybe so. Smile. I have a smile for everyone. I'm adaptable and I never give up. I'm creative, I'm honest, and I'm flawed. I'm blossoming again and again, trusting in life. I'm consistent, I'm energetic, and I'm clear. Srikanth. Amazing. So now, expand the awesomeness game a bit. What's awesome about let's take one that often we sometimes have some judgments around. So what's awesome about your family? It's awesome. There are many awesome things about your family. By the way, every family is dysfunctional, so not just yours. But there are awesome things also. So what's awesome about your family? They let me be myself. What does NMW? Loving? What does it stand for?
No matter what.
No matter what. Okay. Acceptance. Warm. You're like some of you are saying acceptance and they let me be me. Like I don't know how a difficult person you are. They accept me. Warm and love, the huge heart. My family is wholeheartedly present, accepting. My family is very loving, close, and we spend time with each other, loving time, accepting of my flaws. Vidya, they're afraid of your hair. If they do anything wrong, you'll just sweep your hair and they'll all get stuck. They accept you the way you are, no matter what. Loving and supporting. High on ethics, warm and supportive. They love me the way I care. You know, there's this, have you heard of this experiment that's been done in many schools? where the principal calls in 3 teachers. And he says, I've been observing you 3 very carefully. Teachers get a little tense. You 3 are the best teachers in the school. And this year, I have decided to give the best students to you. So I've taken all the students from this particular grade, put them in section A. You 3 are going to take care of section A. I know you'll do a great job. So sure enough, best students, best teachers. At the end of the year, that class performed better than all the others. And the principal calls in the teachers and says, congratulations, you did so well. As expected, best teachers, best students. But I have to tell you something. Like I said, it was an experiment. So those students are actually not the best students, they were taken at random. I made sure every class had more or less equal level of students. Really? They were ordinary students. We thought they were the best students. That means we really are the best teachers. Then he said, okay, one more thing. I took you 3 also at random. And this experiment has been done many, many times in many, many schools with the same results. And it shows something really incredible. And in India, we call this Yatha Drishti Tatha Shrishti. So when you think I'm an ordinary teacher teaching ordinary students in an ordinary school, you get ordinary results. But when you think I'm an extraordinary teacher teaching extraordinary students in an extraordinary school at an extraordinary time, then it becomes an extraordinary experience. So the way you think it is the way you'll experience. So if you think I'm an ordinary person living an ordinary life, yeah, why not? If you think I'm an awesome person in an awesome family, in an awesome world, in an awesome time, that also becomes true. As you think it, so you experience it. Right? So this is a very powerful way. So the awesomeness game, you would play with your family and friends. And you would start with what's awesome about me, what's awesome about you, what's awesome about us, what's awesome about life. And like this, you play, focus on what's awesome for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour. You'd find you feel so elevated, so refreshed. Because it's so rare that we focus exclusively on awesomeness for that long. Usually it's yes, but. Have you noticed, even when people praise you, they'll say you're very good at this, but if you can improve this also. Right there, it's gone. So then you're not even allowed to focus on your good quality for a little while. Right? It's always yes with a but. It's really powerful to get a pure yes. Yes, this is the goodness I see. There's no but. So that's called the awesomeness game, and that's one of my favorite Ascension games. So let's do another one. Okay, there are a few in these Ascension games. There's a few things I like to say as we go along. The principles are, one is playfulness, right? So don't be so serious, basically. Do it in a playful spirit. Doesn't have to be the perfect answer. Right? Doesn't have to be the politically correct answer. Be playful. Be willing to surprise yourself. If you say the same thing you've always said, then it's kind of boring for you also. So you should be willing, the answers that come out of you should even surprise you. There's a nice principle called copy paste. So when someone says something like, oh, that's a great answer, I wish I'd said it. Then instead of feeling that, oh, they took away your answer, you say copy paste. I also agree, I also had that same experience. You can always copy paste because you can infinitely duplicate the good energy of somebody else. Limitlessness, don't feel limited by what's happened in the past. The trajectory of your past doesn't have to predict the trajectory of your future. In the now, you can actually break that and you can access a realm of miracles. It's fun to read biographies of people whose life completely transformed and went to a whole new level rather quickly sometimes. It gives you a sense that things can really change quite fast sometimes. And there are more principles, but this is good for now. And when someone says something you like, you can, like I said, you can either say copy paste or you can say, how wonderful. There's a nice phrase in Pali language, Anumodana. Anumodana means wow, well said, maybe so. Anumodana. Or in Sanskrit, we say Tathastu, maybe so. And you can always build on what they're saying. You can say, and also, and you can add something. There are different ways to respond when people say things. Good. So here's the next fun Ascension game. On the full moon night, it's going to happen. All right. So the new reality I'm stepping into is. So tune in. Let's just say this full moon is the beginning of amazing new possibilities for you. So what's the new reality you're stepping into? The new reality I'm stepping into is what's the new reality you're stepping into? Some examples. The new reality I'm stepping into is superconductivity. Superconductivity means very little or no resistance, maximum flow. The new reality I'm stepping into is a nice phrase by Bentenio. He says, super accelerated living. Super accelerated living. The new reality I'm stepping into is guided by love and wisdom. The new reality I'm stepping into is based on the understanding of oneness. The new reality I'm stepping into is playful, joyful. The new reality I'm stepping into is free from obsessiveness, stickiness, and tightness, deep trust, and so on. We have some new examples here. The new reality I'm stepping into is playing big. The new reality I'm stepping into is playfulness and abundance, limitlessness, shattering the remaining barriers, making myself a priority, showing up every day, full of miracles, financially free, prosperous, mindful, enabling the power of now, wonderment. How about this one? The new reality we are all stepping into is integrating all our best learnings without overthinking, just being it. Instead of thinking it, doing it, actualizing it, it's all integrated. Everything is integrated. Everything you've always learned is integrated. There's this teacher called Jasmine who said something very powerful once. She said that I was reluctant to be a teacher. I didn't want to teach. And I kept getting sick. And I asked my inner being, why am I getting sick? I'm living a healthy life. I mean, I'm not harming anybody. And her inner being said, you've come here to teach some powerful stuff and you're not teaching. I don't want to be a teacher. I just want to live a normal life. No, you have too many gifts and you're here to share them. So she made a powerful intention. She said, all right, I'll teach on one condition. Everything I've learned in this lifetime and in past incarnations, everything I will learn in this lifetime and in future incarnations, all wisdom, all knowledge should be spontaneously available to me every time I teach. Wow. That's a powerful new reality. Right. So whenever she steps up to teach, she said, that's the condition I'd set up. That if I'm going to teach, I should be a conduit. I should be a mouthpiece for universal wisdom, universal love. I've mentioned this also in my new book, Unburden. This is shifting from imagining your brain is a memory chip to it's a Wi-Fi. Memory chip be limited to what you've learned and not learned, right? And that also sometimes is unreliable. But Wi-Fi, it's like a cloud computing. Right? Many of us, we store most of our stuff on the cloud nowadays. So like even if you, like earlier, if you drop your phone, broke it, it was a big tragedy. Not because the phone broke, but all my contacts are gone. But now even if your phone breaks, no problem, get another phone and pretty soon the contacts will download from the cloud. So what if it's like that? It's all available on the cloud. You're just tuning into it. So it's a shift from internet to internet. Yeah, nice game. The new reality I'm stepping into. So the next one's a very fun one. I like this one a lot. This game is based on, in Buddhism, there is a siddhi. A siddhi is like a superpower to multiply yourself. So you can make a copy, duplicate. So you can actually multiply yourself into 2, 3, 4, 5. In fact, there have been teachers, even in recent times. Deepa Ma is an example. She was documented. She's not even that long back, 20, 30 years. I think she passed away 10, 20 years back, 20 years back. Deepa Ma is documented by reliable witnesses to be present at more than one place at a time. These are reliable people. And this is, so it's a known siddhi, right? To be able to multiply oneself, to be in more than one place at a time. So I said, okay, let's play with that siddhi. So instead of feeling locked into this one body, one mind, one place. So the game goes like this. A part of me is. Right? So the easy one would be, a part of me is vacationing in fill in blanks. A part of me, like maybe there's a skill you want to learn. Maybe you want to learn the flute. A part of me is sitting in the Himalayas practicing the flute. Maybe a part of you wants to help somebody. A part of me is in whatever, X part of the world, helping people. Right? So like that. So a part of me is, and you can have unlimited parts of you. So go ahead, give me some examples. A part of me is in Pure Land. A part of me is holidaying. A part of me is in monastic retreat. A part of me is floating in space. A part of me is skydiving. A part of me is enjoying in Maldives. A part of me is in the mountain. A part of me is dancing in Hawaii. A part of me is sleeping. A part of me is always home. A part of me is scuba diving with whales. A part of me is dancing in a field full of flowers, very filmy. A part of me is in Melbourne with my nephew. A part of me is in Rishikesh meditating. A part of me is on holiday in Maldives. You might meet some other people who are also in Maldives. A part of me is meditating in Himalayan caves. A part of me is in Kailash Mansarovar doing Mantra Siddhi. Kya baat. Part of me is exploring the mysteries of the cosmic world. Part of me is meeting my parents in heaven. Oh, a part of me is getting more knowledge. A part of me is creating magic Harry Potter style. A part of me is with you on retreat. That means a part of me is taking the retreat time. A part of me is doing a Netflix special. Kya baat? A part of me is hibernating. Like there's somebody I met. He says, I don't watch TV unless I'm on it. A part of me is in total peace and settled. Part of me is with my parents and siblings. Part of me is making plans for the week. Part of me is in the parallel universe. In fact, that's one of the Ascension games, to create a parallel universe. In a parallel reality, Dash is happening. It's another version of this game. A part of me is in the parallel universe with everything. I'm not here, a heightened me. A part of me is preparing for my next venture. So I want to make this more practical. Like I've used this game on days I'm feeling overwhelmed. You know, when days that we all have those days, and there's too much to do. You know, there's too much there's stuff at home, there's work, there's friends. It's just too much going on. Your personal practices, and when I feel there's just too much and there's not enough time, I thought, oh, I'm getting bitten by the snake of time, by the limitation. In Kashmir Shaivism, it's called a kanchuka. It's a limitation. It's a self-imposed limitation. There's no such thing actually. So I said, all right, I'm multiplying myself. So then a part of me is meditating. A part of me is replying to all my messages. A part of me is playing a board game. A part of me is taking a walk. A part of me. I just do that for 5 minutes. I just feel so good. And things happen. It's quite amazing. Things start happening. One after the other things happen. And it all gets taken care of. And I'm sure you've had experiences where in one day you achieved much more than you could have ever imagined it. How did I do so much in one day? Because you release your limitation, the kanchuka of time and space. And things kind of happen through you, not by you. So this is how you start awakening your multi-dimensional self. Like a fun experience for me was many years back. I just got overwhelmed with the number of messages I was getting. And some of these messages are very heart-rendering. You know, people would really they pour their heart out, write a long, page-long message. And there's just so many of them. Like I can't answer all. I'm going to spend my whole day answering messages only. And one thing I never wanted to be was an agony aunt, you know, sitting and answering everyone's question. I would rather that you answer your own question. Because my belief is you have wisdom. You know, I'm not the only one who has wisdom. So it's like if I answer your question today, you'll have another question tomorrow. That's not my role. My role would rather be to give you access to your own inner clarity, your own inner silence. So then I decided that let whatever I represent, let that be available, not just through my direct talking or messaging or emailing. Let that be available. And from that day onwards, regularly, I think I would say every day or every 2 to 3 days minimum, maximum, I would say, someone writes to me saying, I had a dream in which you answered this question, that question. Fascinating. Oh, nice. It's happening. Somehow it's happening. Right? So how relaxing it is that, and so even if there's the wrong answer, the dream gives the answer. I don't give the answer. So I'm quite free. I'm quite light. So it's another version of I'm multiplying myself. A part of me is answering people's questions in their dreams. So it's very wonderful to start playing this game in these different ways. Did you enjoy this game? Yeah. A part of me is. Sandhya, what is it like? This game?
It's like very you just break your shackles. Yeah. So your mind is just open up like a
Mind opens up.
yeah. It's great. Really breaks all the limitations.
Breaks all of this. Okay, next game. Okay, this is the fun one. I made a whole series on money, okay? Money and abundance. I don't think some of you played this before. So it goes like this. The unexpected lesson I have learned since I became a multi-millionaire is. So tell us, what is an unexpected lesson you've learned? You've already become a multi-millionaire. What's an unexpected lesson you've learned? So go ahead, tell us some of the unexpected lessons you've learned. An unexpected lesson I learned since I became a multi-millionaire is it's easier than I thought it was. I can only eat 3 bhakris at a time. Is that freedom of mind doesn't always depend on money. Is that it's still all about love. Is that it's not so difficult to become a multi-millionaire. Is that money comes and stays with ease and grace. Is that it's not everything in life. It's simplicity. Is that I was not born to be a millionaire. That money can never buy. Money can never buy good health and happiness. That there can be more gates and buffets. ऐसा भर भर के है दुनिया में and everyone deserves it. So nice. The value of so much money lies in what you can do for others with it. Beautiful. It's so much fun to share. Have you seen this fellow, Mr. Beast, on YouTube? He's one of the most followed people on YouTube. If you haven't heard, then your kids or your nephews will have heard. Mr. Beast uses money to create all kinds of crazy challenges, and he keeps giving away money. He's constantly giving away money. He does all kinds of challenges, giving away cars, giving away homes, giving away money. And almost every channel, every video, he's giving away $100,000, $1 million, and they do some funny antics. But I just find it very fascinating. This guy is about giving away money. I also follow someone on Instagram called Charlie, and Charlie's constantly giving away money. He's constantly finding people who are struggling, and he calls his followers Army of Love. And every day, every week, he's coming up with some new person who's struggling in some way, and he changes their life. I just find it amazing. What a way to use your talents, your energy, your resources. Okay, let's change the frequency a bit. And the next game is I want to reword this a bit. It appears I'm pretending to be dash. Go ahead. It appears I'm pretending to be. What are you pretending to be? It appears I'm pretending to be happy. It appears I'm pretending to be sad. It appears I'm pretending to be wise. It appears I'm pretending to be nice. It appears I'm pretending to be powerful. It appears I'm pretending to be silent. It appears I'm pretending to be the most liked person. Miss Goody Two Shoes. It appears I'm pretending to be free of emotions, mature, honest, tight and rigid, disciplined for my fitness. It appears I'm pretending to be wanted and loved. Very powerful. I love your answers. It appears I'm pretending to be me, to be sad and hopeless, to be happy and relaxed. Love it. One of my favorite Ascension games is I am not fooled, dash. So for example, I'm not fooled, dash is God in clever disguise. So if I'm walking outside, I'm not fooled. That rock is God in clever disguise. I'm not fooled. That dustbin is God in clever disguise. I'm not fooled. That old person is God in clever disguise. So this game was inspired by Guru Nanak's teaching. Guru Nanak says, if you don't see God in all, you won't see God at all. So Guru Nanak's homework for us is learn to see God in everyone and everything, including yourself. Right. So then you play this game with me. I'm not fooled. Dash is also, and the word God, by the way, different people have different likeness for that. So the way I describe God is grand overall design, GOD. It's the grand overall, it's the grand overarching underlying principle that animates all things, right? It's the truth of all. So I'm not fooled. Dash is also God in clever disguise. I'm not fooled. Life goes on. I'm not fooled. Everything that angers me is God. I'm not fooled. All the strays are God in clever disguise. I'm not fooled. Putin is God in clever disguise. I'm not fooled. People who hurt us are God in Halloween costumes. I'm not fooled. That's the way it is. I'm not fooled. The parts of myself I don't like are God in clever disguise. I'm not fooled. I'm surrounded by so many gods. Like, oh God. I'm not fooled. My melancholic temperament is God in clever disguise. Yeah, powerful. Yes. I'm not fooled. Everything I try to avoid is a message from God. Take a couple of minutes of silence. Just be yourself. Just be present. Empty yourself. Um, um, I don't know how it happens. It just happens. I don't know how it happens. It just happens that all of you become much more playful about your life. I don't know how it happens. It just happens that this full moon is unlike any other full moon. The blessings multiply and intensify at rates never experienced before. Whenever you sleep tonight, I don't know how it happens, it just happens. A very beautiful shift takes place. A shift that's so complete and so irreversible, you can't even remember limitations you thought you had. That's how completely they're gone. I don't know how it happens, it just happens. Without doing anything, you receive everything. I don't know how it happens, it just happens. That you realize the one who's been listening to all your prayers all your life has been you. I don't know how it happened, it just happens. You find all your self-judgments quite funny, and comic, and hilarious. The more strongly you try to judge yourself, the more ticklish you feel, the more absurd it feels. I don't know how it happens, it just happens. You really begin to trust everyone and everything and every experience in your life as being the most perfect thing ever. So there's no resistance. I don't know how it happens, it just happens that you're able to both access and enjoy and relish inner silence. Inner silence. I don't know how it happens, it just happens that whatever assumptions you have about who you are, what you are, why you are here, what you're meant to do and not meant to do. I don't know how it happens, it just happens that all those assumptions just drop away, just become transparent. And the deep release instantaneously. I don't know how it happens, it just happens. That your life splits into two, where on one hand, you live the most disappointing life, and on the other hand, you live the most magnificent life. Most disappointing, most magnificent. And they both collide with each other to release incredible amounts of light, incredible amounts of fearlessness, incredible amounts of trust. So you're no longer afraid one way or the other. It just happens. I don't know how it happens, it just happens that you are, this very moment, entered into a realm of pure gratitude, and you become among the 0.001% most grateful people on this planet. It just happens. I don't know how it happens, it just happens that somehow you have a telepathic connection, soul connection with trees whales, dolphins, elephants, and other beautiful beings for the rest of your life. And it deeply nourishes your being. I don't know how it happens, it just happens that each one of you discovers a powerful creative outlet for your energy. It might be writing, it might be drawing, it might be sculpting, it might be something else. Powerful creative outlet for your innermost intuitions. And you express for the joy of expressing. Doesn't matter if people like it or not, understand it or not. You just do it for the joy of expressing. Whether or not people appreciate it, understand it, like it, has no importance to you. You might have heard of the story, which is actually, I think it's based on fact, that there are some tribes in Africa where the woman, when she gets pregnant, at some point she leaves the village and goes into the wilderness to listen for the song of the unborn soul. The song of the unborn soul. And she's not allowed to come back to the village until she gets the song. Gets a tune, gets a song, gets some words. Once she gets it, she comes back and teaches the song to the whole village. The whole village learns it, memorizes it. And they sing it regularly, and especially on the day the child is born. And then on every birthday and many important occasions, they sing that song, often on the, sit around the fire. They sing each other's songs. And of course, when the person is old and dying and passing on, they sing that song, the soul song. So I don't know how it happens, it just happens that you are able to connect to your soul song. Let's do another Ascension game. It's just coming up in this moment, freshly baked. And it goes like this. All this is reminding me of. What is all of this reminding? All that we've been doing so far. What is it? It's reminding you of something. What is it reminding you of? All this is reminding me of. So fill in the blanks. All this is reminding me of. All this is reminding me that this is a dream. All this is reminding me the purpose of my path, the power of goodness, of sattva, that life is fun, that we all are never apart. All this is reminding me of ways to connect to myself, my true self. All this is reminding me of how easy life is if I let it be. All this is reminding me of being grateful. All this is reminding me that I'm getting ready, reminding me of hope, reminding me that I'm limitless, connection with the universe, my soul purpose. All this is reminding me that we are here to make this journey joyful for each other. All this is reminding me of divine grace. All this is reminding me of being present at Mansarovar and Lord Shiva playing Damaru. All this is reminding me of how blessed and complete I am. All right, so here's another fun game. It's similar to a part of me, but it's a little different, right? So the idea is that there's another version of you in a parallel reality. So in a parallel reality, whatever things you are not able to do, or you're for whatever reason you're unable to live in this lifetime, in that parallel reality, you're living that kind of life. So in a parallel reality, fill in the blanks. And I just want to say a little bit more about this game. This game came to me at a time when I was feeling very stuck about something, extremely stuck. And I'd been stuck for 2-3 weeks. And I was actually in the UK. I was traveling in the train. And I just kept tapping on myself. I do this process called EFT. You might have heard of it, emotional freedom techniques. So at the end of the 2-hour train ride, it's quite beautiful actually. The English countryside is beautiful. But the English countryside was passing by. I kept tapping. And somewhere in that journey, I just felt like that part of me that was stuck just spun out and it went into a parallel universe. Gone. Like, okay, that's happening in that parallel universe. And I'm in this universe. So it's fine. And literally it went from 100 to 0. And that thing never bugged me ever again after that. So what I find powerful about this game is if you ever feel that, oh, I wanted to be whatever, I wanted to be a lawyer, I wanted to be a doctor, I wanted to be a business person, I wanted to be you name it. And for whatever reason, I can't, because I've got kids now, or I'm this or that, or I don't have the money, or I'm too old. But in a parallel universe, in a parallel reality, I am doing that. And to me, this is a very interesting way of just dissolving some desires that seem unattainable in this lifetime. To me, at least, it worked. Right? So go ahead and play with that one for a bit. In a parallel reality, I am. In a parallel universe, I am. Give me some example of that. I'm Iron Man. In a parallel reality, I'm a monk in Japan. In a parallel reality, I'm fearless. In a parallel reality, I'm self-realized. I'm a hippie in a parallel reality. In a parallel reality, I'm you. Oh my. In a parallel reality, I'm Dr. Strange. In a parallel reality, I'm me, Dina. In a parallel universe, I'm an amazing public speaker. In a parallel reality, I'm traveling a lot, finding new places. In a parallel reality, I'm totally fearless and free. And that fearlessness and freedom touch my life in this reality too. Love it. That's the whole idea. I'm in a high-paying and satisfying work situation. Amazing. In a parallel reality, I'm playful and fearless. I'm clear about my purpose. I'm an explorer and writer. In writing this, I realize it can still happen in this reality. I'm a queen of blue thunder. I'm living with my soulmate. In a parallel reality, I'm an animal. In a parallel reality, I'm teaching faster EFT on an amazing yacht. Faster EFT is a form of EFT. In a parallel reality, I'm a bohemian artist. In a parallel universe, I don't give a F. In a parallel reality, I'm free of all desires. In a parallel reality, I'm happy and rich. In parallel reality, I'm a solo traveler. I'm a doctor for the service of human beings. I'm free. I'm an enlightened man. Such fun. I'm Nithya Shanti. I'm chef in a vegan Michelin star restaurant. I heard that one of the Michelin star restaurants in New York became a vegan restaurant recently. It's still a Michelin star. That's a good one. Nice. So here's another Ascension game. Oh, good. Copy paste of the bit happening. Nice. What did I actually say? To copy paste it. Go back up and say. Oh God, very high up. I can't find it. What Anjali said. Anjali posted again. Whatever you said. So here's another game. In a parallel reality, I'm totally fearless and free, and that fearlessness and freedom touch my life in this reality. That's what you said. Oh, that's Neha. Both of you posted. The next game is it's based on the idea that God is so powerful, so incredibly creative, and yet the prayers he, she, it gets are pretty boring prayers. Help me get good marks in my exams. Help me marry someone good. They shouldn't trouble me. You know. So basically, I think God gets about 200-300 same prayers are repeated, endlessly. That basically, help me with this, help me lose weight would be a pretty popular one. Help me have more money, help me, or help to take away this government taxes business. I don't want taxes. Or basically let this person stop troubling me. So the game goes like this, that God is so powerful, but he, she, it gets the same boring prayers. So if you're such an all-powerful God, you'd like some more creative prayers. So in this game, you're going to make some very unreasonable requests. God, you're so powerful, but you get the same boring prayer. So I'm going to make some very unreasonable requests. Unlimited, unreasonable requests. Right? So let me see if I can come up with some. So my unreasonable request is that in every temple in the world, every church in the world, every place of worship in the world, whatever statue is there looks just like the person who's going to pray. So when they go to pray, they say, oh my God, that's my statue. Oh my God, that looks like me. So that's my unreasonable request. They start finding wherever they go to pray, oh, I'm only praying for myself. So whatever I'm looking for is already within me. That's an example of an unreasonable request. Right? So come up with some unreasonable requests. Please don't make our loved ones die. Okay. I can fly without an airplane. Unreasonable requests is that all of us are mad, but that's already true. God, retire for a few days and lay your powers on me. Trust me, I will be only playful and good. This is sounding very fishy, Nalini. I wouldn't trust you the way you've written it. The way you're saying, trust me, I'll take care of the universe. God, let's play board games together. Have you heard this joke? I think you should hear this joke. Some of you heard this joke before. Listen to it. So Jesus, Moses, and a bearded guy are playing golf. So first, Moses takes the first shot, and the ball goes close to the hole, but doesn't go inside. So then he goes to take the next shot, and there's a body of water. So Moses, being Moses, he doesn't walk around. He just puts his stake into the ground, and the water parts. Moses walks and takes the shot. And now Jesus is done. He also takes the shot. Goes close to the hole, but not inside the hole. So now he also walks again to the body of water. But Jesus, being Jesus, he'll not walk around. He walks on top of the water, takes a shot, and the ball goes inside. Now the bearded guy comes and takes a very clumsy shot. The ball goes in a totally different direction, goes outside the golf course. And there's a car coming, it bounces off the front of the car and goes into the grass. And there's the silly frog who thinks something to eat. The frog grabs the ball and puts it in his mouth. Just then an eagle sweeps down, catches the frog and lifts him up. The frog is so frightened. As the eagle is lifting him up, the frog drops the ball and it goes straight into the hole. And Moses gets very upset. He breaks his golf club. He says, Jesus, this is why I don't like playing with your dad. So unreasonable requests. May all dreams be free of suffering. Please don't make our loved ones die. Please make me God twice a week. Twice a week. Yeah. There's a story of, I'm forgetting who it was, one of the disciples of Ramakrishna Paramahansa. When Ramakrishna Paramahansa was dying, he made a prayer saying, let me see the world the way you see it. Give me that siddhi to see the world, to experience the world you see it. And soon after he died, it began happening. He began to see this world in a mind-blowing way. And within 2 or 3 days, it became intolerable for him. He says, I take it back. I can't bear this. This is beyond my capacity. Take it back. I take back mine. Then slowly it faded away. But then he, years later, he said, I wish I had had the capacity to just bear it, to just tolerate, and not feel like it's on me, right? Like it was a great gift. Ramakrishna Paramahansa gave him this gift of seeing the world in a very multidimensional way. But then it became too much. His ego couldn't take it anymore. Right? It's fascinating. Be careful for what you wish for. You're going to get it. Like one of my unreasonable demands is that we should have the leaders of the world should actually be children. Because these grown-ups, because even if they fight, what will they do? Throw some toys on each other or something. These grown-ups are very troublesome people. The leaders of the world should just be children. And actually, children should be the ones, even now, they should be the ones. Why are children only voting after 18? They should vote because they're going to be the one inheriting the planet. They're the ones who have the most incentive to vote for the right person. Anyway, so these are all fun, unreasonable demands. The world is run by the bees and the humans are made to work like ants. Have you heard that if the ants disappear, the ecosystem collapses? If the earthworms disappear, the ecosystem collapses. If the bees disappear, the ecosystem collapses. The humans disappear. Wow, the air gets clean, the waters run clean, the oceans revive. Everything becomes beautiful. So we are the real pandemic for the planet. We don't have to be. I mean, if we are able to, come to our inner stability. Like Elon Musk said something very fascinating. He said, we think we're overpopulated, but actually, you take all the humans in the world, every single human being in the world, you put them all together. We'll all fit into Manhattan. Manhattan is big, but it's not even that big. Every single human being in the world, and not even 2 levels up, just one flat level. Every single human being in the world can fit within Manhattan. So, like Gandhiji said, it's not our needs, it's our greed that's the problem. There's enough in this world for everyone's need, but not for everyone's greed. I think that's the problem, really. So if you learn to live in harmony, like in Bali, they say, Trihita Karna, harmony with self, harmony with others, harmony with life. If you want happiness, don't go looking for happiness. That's a mistake, they say. Don't look for, whatever you look for, you're assuming you don't have. Don't go looking for happiness. Uncover harmony. So harmonize with self, harmonize with others, harmonize with nature, and happiness is right in the middle. Trihita Karna. Elon Musk with 5 sons. Elon Musk doesn't mind having 5 or 6 sons because कितना बड़ा सब fit हो जाएंगे Manhattan के अंदर. No problem. Good stuff. So are you getting a sense of this? Yeah, these are Ascension games. And my unreasonable demand from God is that all of you also become more playful and come up with your own Ascension games. And come up with your own ways in whatever you are finding meaningful in life to make it more playful, more joyful, more fun, more light, more accessible. Nice. So I think, I don't know when, but sometime next month, I think, I'm going to offer a whole course on Ascension games. We'll go deeper into it. But meanwhile, we have a recorded course, and you're welcome to access it. nithyanti.me/ascension, and that has about 60 such ascension games. And but let's actually, sometimes I find recorded courses, people, they buy it, but they don't even look at it because it's just like sitting over there. So it's good to do it live. So we'll have sometime next month, we'll have a course. And we'll do a mini course first, 2-3 hours, and we'll do a full course. And we will explore these ascension games. We'll also make you develop your own ascension games on aspects of your life. That's what's coming up. Let's have 3 minutes of silence. Tune into the full moon energies. Infinite blessings to every single one of you. Infinite blessings to all parts of you. Infinite blessings to all those who surround you. Infinite blessings to all aspects of your life. Infinite blessings to all the parts of you that are human, all the parts of you that are divine, all the parts of you that are in between. Infinite blessings to everything that is manifesting and unmanifest in your life. Infinite blessings to that within you which is wanting to flower and grow and expand and come to full fruition. Infinite blessings, infinite full moon blessings, infinite blessings. Every single one of you attending this session live and recorded. May your life be fulfilled, complete, and meaningful. May the deeper thing that wants to unfold through you, may it be nourished, may it be energized, may it be activated, may it be awakened. That which wants to come through you. There's the larger you that wants to be born, that wants to be uncovered, discovered, realized. Infinite blessings to that process. There's a part of you that's always arriving. There's a part of you that's never left. Infinite blessings to both those parts. May you and I be part of the solution, not part of the problem. May you and I live and breathe and exist in ways that leads to greater harmony, greater peace, greater joy for all beings. All beings. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. Tathasana. If you want to take a minute to write down what was your experience of today's session and Ascension Games, you can do that. I feel gratitude. Playfully going deep, feeling aligned. Playful, joyful freedom, all is well. You heard this poem? Dr. Bell, lovely Dr. Bell fell down the well and broke his collarbone. Dr. Bell fell down the well and broke his collarbone. A doctor should attend the sick and leave the well alone. No, you didn't hear it. A doctor should attend the sick and leave the well alone. Dr. Bell fell down the well and broke his collarbone. Joyful and enjoyable. It was super duper amazing. Feeling aligned. Ascension Games is a fun way to experience high consciousness. Thank you, Sarvanan. Powerfully playful. Thank you so much for the wonderful session. Really appreciate all the games. Today is my first day to join. I'm feeling peaceful and cheered. Wonderful forum. Thank you, Nithya. Thank you so much for this, my first session with you. Just finished Unburdened, gifted by a friend. Oh, that's good. Finished it. Well done. Today's session helped me feel unstuck. Thank you. Yes. Very powerful for quick thinking. Today's session opened up a lot of answers. Refreshing and at peace. Connection with my deepest desires and letting my imagination be free. That's a big part of this. You should make a book of your PJs. Profound jokes. The first meditation of yours was a part of me. I've been hooked since then. Oh, it's good. Great. Lovely. I'll read all your comments later. Let's make a Mayur now. Mayur by the way of sending good wishes. Put your hands up. With a big heart. Multiply by infinity 3 times. Make it huge. Say together. Mayur. I'll let you unmute and say goodbye. Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Thank you,
Bye.
Nithya.
Thank you, Nithya.
Bye, Nithya.
Bye. Good night.
Nithya, thank
Good night.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Happy Holi.
Happy Holi.
Happy
yes, bye.
Holi. Happy Holi.
Happy Holi.
Happy Holi.
Happy Holi.
Thank you, Nithya.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.